back again with Marvel's Moon Knight. Yes, this is season 1, episode 3. It's been a few hours since I recorded episode 2, and let's just say I've been very intrigued to see where this goes, because now Mark is in the driver's seat and Stephen is taking the back seat. So we'll see how differently we'll see how if we'll get any progress made, because Stephen does not want to see progress get made here. He just wants to go back to his regular life, even though he got fired last episode, but he just wants to go back to a regular life, whereas Mark is actually trying to get whatever needs to be done, because we got a lot more answers last episode. Like all the questions that were raised in episode 1, we got the answers in episode 2. Like, what's going on with Mark and Stephen? Who is Khonshu? What's the deal with the villain, the bad guys? Arthur Harrow and his cult. Who is Layla? Which turns out is actually Mark's wife. So also questions that were raised in last. Well, one question that was raised in last episode is which one supersedes the other, Mark or Stephen? Has it been Stephen his entire life and he's just been hopping in and out of Mark? So it's been Mark and Stephen just hopping in and out all their lives, or is it just been Mark for most of his life and Stephen's just a recent thing that's happened? Because something happened to him that caused him to make a deal with Khonshu, and now this is where he's at. This is the him serving Khonshu is the price he has to pay for making that deal. So, we'll see. Also, I'd appreciate if we didn't have much more cringe-worthy stuff this episode, because, yeah, sorry Stephen, but you're cringy. You're cringy. I actually had to pause the last episode. So, yeah, we'll see how much gets done, because now we've gone from London to Egypt. So, we've got to see what goes on here. So, let's just not waste any more time and get into season 1, episode 3 of Marvel's Moon Knight, starting now. Whoa! Oh, mate. Ranking out of the way. Best episode so far. Oh, yes. If only one moment could summarise how great this episode was, it would be the moment when Moon Knight just jumps down and his cape fans out into a moon shape. It's beautiful. Not to mention that turn in the sky scene at the end. So visually pleasing. It was a spectacle. And everyone in the world is probably seeing that at the moment. It's so good. Yeah. We started off the episode with Harrow and his followers finding the location of Amit's tomb, so I guess they just start digging after that. They still haven't gotten to it yet, but they're on their way. Yeah, a little confusion might be had along the way, because we catch up with Mark and he ends up fighting these 3 people. And then it seems he keeps blacking out and we assume it's Stephen doing it. But then one time he does it, he blacks out and then he comes to and he's just killed 2 people. And we know Stephen's not going to do that. So is there a third persona involved? Is there a third person involved? Like, we've got Mark, Mark is the one who blacked out, so it's not Mark who did it. Stephen's not going to kill anyone. So is there a third party involved? Is there a third person taking control? Is it Khonshu? Is it someone else? Yeah, if anything this episode showed, it shows how powerful Khonshu is. Not only did he turn back the sky at the end, he also caused an eclipse. He caused an eclipse to get the attention of the gods, so they could convene this court of the gods inside the pyramids. Obviously, Mark is just walking along, intending to go to this court, and then Stephen's freaking out. He's like, "Oh my god, we're in the pyramids!" He's fanboying out about it, and then we meet the avatars of the other gods. The Egyptian gods, anyway. Excuse me, where is Obelisk the Tormentor, Sliver the Sky Dragon, and Winged Dragon of Ra? Tell me that! But anyway, court convenes, he tries to make a case, Khonshu tries to make a case against Harrow, and it just falls apart because on one thing that Mark is unwell, and Khonshu has decided to take over someone who has split personalities, and hence he's unwell. And so the gods just see that as him taking abuse of his power to control someone or exploiting someone. And the whole case just falls apart like that. Harrow is starting to piss me off, I'll tell you that. He's starting to annoy me, just how he's so calm and collected. He's not broken character he's not broken character for a moment. He's just so calm and collected. I want to see the moment where he realises he loses, because I assume he does lose. I want to see the moment where he realises that he's lost and he loses confidence. Oh, so yeah, case falls apart. And it's back to the drawing board again. The avatar of THO, who apparently was a friendly god with Khonshu at one point, the avatar tells him to find Senfu's tomb, Senfu's sarcophagus. And so, while he's doing that, back in the real world, we go back to the real world. Whilst doing that, he comes back across Layla. Layla is back. And we got a little bit of her at the beginning. Look, we got a full scene of them forging a fake passport for her. And it turns out, well, it looks like she went on a lot of archaeological digs with her father when she was younger, and it got her into all this. And so she's sort of like a Tomb Raider type character. So she takes back artifacts. She returns some, and she returns some to where she thinks they should be, and she keeps some to pay the bills, and she sells them. So yeah, they reunite. Mark and Layla reunite, and to be honest, I did blank out a lot of the conversation about them on the boat, because I was trying to look up if we'd seen the actor who had died yet, and that was, I don't know if I'll be able to properly announce his name, Gaspard Ulliel. Yeah, we came across him. He's playing Anton Beck. I'm pretty sure I've heard that name before. I mean, I think he was called Beck, was he? But he was called Anton. Oh no, the other guy, the bodyguard, was called Beck. The other guy was the guard was called Beck, and he was called Anton. There's a guy in there is a British celebrity in this country. His name's Mogart, of course. But yeah, there's a person in this country, a celebrity, who was on a show called Strictly Come Dancing. It was a dancing show. It's like Dancing with the Stars from America. But his name is Anton Dubek. So that's where it came from for me. I'm sorry, but I thought Anton Beck was like a Marvel character. I guess not. I don't know why I went to that, but it's just the name Anton Beck rung a bell with me. I'm thinking of Anton Dubek. His name is Anton Mogart, of course. I don't know why. That was a brain fart on my part. So they come to him and they get a look at Senfu's tomb. But of course, Mark can't understand the hieroglyphics, he can't understand the puzzle that's in the tomb, so he has to enlist the help of Stephen. But before they can get there, Harrow arrives, persuades Mogart to not let Mark and Layla have a look at the tomb. And he tries destroying the tomb. Obviously, he destroys the tomb at that point. Yeah, he also decides to lay a bit on that maybe Mark is hiding something from Layla. I hope it's not what I think it is, because what I think it is did Mark kill Layla's dad? Because he talks about Layla's dad's death, and then he started talking to Mark, like saying, like, if she only knew, she'd realise that you're not worthy of love. Please tell me he did not kill her dad, because that'd just be so bad. Although it's clear that her relationship with Mark has gone off the rails, but maybe there's someone else that she could be finding attraction towards. Because skipping a little bit ahead, I think Layla might be getting a bit of a thing for Stephen, which would be interesting. It'll be interesting to see if she actually ends up going with Stephen, which I'd be happy for Stephen to get that, because, like I said, her problem with Mark is that he won't open up and he keeps too many secrets. I don't think Stephen would have that issue. Stephen's an open book. That nice guy will tell you anything you want to know. Going back, we got that awesome fight scene with Moon Knight versus Beck's. I keep calling him Beck. With Mogart's bodyguards. Oh, that moment where he jumps off the glass pyramid and his cape fans out into the moon. So Batman-esque. So Batman-esque, I'll tell you that. And not to mention, I didn't realise he could get stabbed and be completely fine. But yeah, he was just getting... I mean, for a second, Stephen took control and we were back to the white mask, the white suit. For a second we were back there, but then he just started getting stabbed up with all these spears, just getting slaughtered. Well, not slaughtered because he wasn't dying. But yeah, Mark was ready to give... Stephen was ready to give Mark his control back after that happened, and we went back to the actual Moon Knight. And then, from then on, fight was kind of finished. Did he kill Mogart? Because yes, he threw his moon boomerang at Mogart, but Mogart was in... And Mogart got stabbed by it in the back, but then he disappeared into the fog. So I don't think he's dead, unless they just did that because they didn't want to show him dying on screen out of respect to the actor. I wonder if they just did that. I wonder if they just had him die off screen as a respect to him. Or I wonder if he'll come back at all at some point. Yeah, well, Layla retrieved the pieces from the tomb, and Moon Knight fought all the bodyguards. After that, it was just a trek out into the desert. Stephen was allowed to take control and he just solved the mystery in an instant, because I hate to admit it, but Stephen has his uses, even though he's so pathetic. He's quite a pathetic person. I almost feel ashamed to be British because of that. I mean, I don't know if I'd be any better in the same situation, but God, does he annoy me when he acts the way he does in a situation like that. He's like, yeah, I don't care that we're in the middle of a fight with people who want to kill us. I'm taking control, even though I have no intention of fighting. So, man, you could wait for a better time to try and take control back. Yeah, Stephen solves the mystery, but because the stars move over time, the map might not be as accurate. But Khonshu remembers 2,000 years ago. He remembers the night that the map is indicating. He remembers that night, and he turns the night sky back 2,000 years to how it looked on that night, so they can read the map. But in doing so, he manipulated the sky, which the gods told him not to do, because now they have imprisoned him in stone. So yeah, no more help from Khonshu, at least for a while. Which means are we not going to see the Moon Knight suit, which is a shame. But it'll only be that much more better when we get back to it. Because I've noticed that even though we've lost the Moon Knight suit, we might have lost the Moon Knight suit, we might have lost Stephen's Moon Knight suit, he is wearing all white. So it's like a budget version of Moon Knight's costume, so it would make sense that he wears that until he gets his actual costume back. Oh man, yeah, but like I said before, best episode best episode so far. It was so good. But you'll have to wait for the next episode to see where... Well, just like me, you'll have to wait for the next episode to see where this goes. Or at least what I think of it, because I know I'm posting these reviews on YouTube now. Just to show you what I think of it. If you want to watch the reaction, obviously you have to be on Patreon. But, yeah, that's all we've got for this episode of Moon Knight. Until next time, we are over and out. Bye!